Bindi Irwin, Australian-American actress, once said, "I want children and my grandchildren to live in a world with clean air, pure drinking water, and abundance of wildlife. So I've chosen to dedicate my life to wildlife conservation, so I can make the world just a little bit better." There are well over 5,000 endangered species on Earth, and humans are the cause of it. Many animals are suffering, and several hundred already extinct. Many of the most beautiful creatures are now out of our existence. Charities such as the World Wildlife Foundation have the motive to halt and reserve the annihilation of the environment. The international organization works on issues regarding conservation research and the restoration of the environment. Harvard International Review, June 1st of 2016 says, "Ultimately, our work is about making sure that we keep track of the planet because it is our home. And if we lose the planet, or the places that constitute the backbone of the planet, including the climate, we begin to lose our ability to feed ourselves, to provide safe drinking water, and to have reliable businesses, whether it be agriculture, manufacturing, or retail. And we put ourselves and many other species at risk." People are also causing destruction of the environment, which is home to millions of animals worldwide. Through poaching and obliteration of nature, humans have managed to diminish the very place they call home. But with help from people like you, we can change this earth one donation at a time. The World Wildlife Foundation was formed when a small group of passionate individuals had an idea of building a future where humans live in harmony with their nature. Their mission was to preserve the planet's resources and reduce pollution because of the world's life diversity. Harvard International Review of June 1st, 2016 states, "This past fall, nations of the world came together and committed to the UN Sustainable Development Goals in September in New York, and committed climate goals in December in Paris. They set hard targets on where the world needs to go and what every nation of the world needs to achieve. And not just on energy, but also on water use, food production, keeping forests intact, and the rest. Habits are being destroyed from human use, which is killing many animals that live there. Many animals, such as the beluga whales, had to face impacts from shipping noise, physical habitat disturbances like hydroelectric development, pollution, and contaminants from spills, and the climate change." Canada Newswire, January 8th of 2016 states, "Nearly 50% of Canadian belugas summer on the shores of Manitoba in western Hudson Bay to feed, give birth, and nurse their young. There are no protection currently in place for the summer or winter grounds for these belugas. As a result, the population status is listed as being of special concern by the Committee of Status of Endangered Wildlife in Canada, which means it is at risk to become threatened or endangered because of a combination of biological characteristics and identified threats. Forests, oceans, fresh water, wildlife, food, and climate. These things are not just nice to have, they are needs to have. They are the things that make it possible for us to live. And so, to ensure our very survival, they must be kept safe. We need to conserve the world's most important forests, safeguard healthy oceans and marine livelihoods, secure water for people and nature, protect the world's most important species, double net food availability, freeze its footprint, and zero carbon world powered by renewable energy." Philadelphia Inquiry, October 30th of 2018 states, "Human activity has had an impact on oceans, forests, coral reefs, wetlands, and mangroves. The globe has lost about half of its shallow water corals in the last 30 years, from rivers and rainforests to mangroves and mountainsides. Across the planet, our work shows that wildlife abundance has declined dramatically since 1970. At participating dealerships, such as Uniroyal, help save the tiger population. Through the month of October, for each set of 4 passenger car or light truck tires purchased at participating dealerships, Uniroyal customers will be eligible for a $40 mail-in rebate. For every Uniroyal tire rebate redeemed during the promotional period, North America will donate $20 to WWF's wild tiger efforts, with no set limit. PR Newswire, October 1st of 2018 states, WWF estimates more than 100,000 tigers may have once roamed across Asia, but today only estimated 3,900 remain. All proceeds from October campaign will go towards 2x2, WWF's global effort to double the number of tigers in the wild by 2022. As part of 2x2, WWF is working with 13 countries that have wild tigers to reduce poaching, habitat loss, and illegal trade of tiger parks. People such as Carl Slim, one of the richest men in the world, have helped to save the butterfly population by donating money to help save their habitat. Town and Country, March of 2015 states, with threats to the monarch's winter habitat nearly eliminated the greatest remaining danger to the species in the United States. Where milkweed, the only plant monarchs can survive as they journey to the north in the spring, has been nearly wiped out by herbicides such as Roundup. As Vital points out, thanks to Carlos Slim, Mexico has done its part. Now, it's our turn. The World Wildlife Foundation is the world's leading environmental conservation organization with global reach of 100 different countries. Harvard Business Review, May 1st of 2014 states, World Wildlife Fund is not a business, it's the largest conservation network on our planet. But because of our mission, we've had to strategize about at least one of those 10s earlier than most. Our strategy involves allocating funds and engaging others to save the most consequential place upon which threatened species and humanity depends on places such as the Amazon and the coral reefs and fisheries in the Pacific. The World Wildlife Foundation does this by collaborating with businesses, governments, local communities, and other organizations to secure funds, and they ensure safety in wildlife. They focus on underlying causes of the environmental deterioration. The entire planet depends on organizations such as this, and without it, nature living on it will continue to be whittled down by apathetic people until it's too late. Humans will soon become their own nemesis unless they show some solitude and be a part in restoring the planet. Time.com, July 2015 states, Tanzania recently announced that the elephant population has fallen by 60% in just in the past 5 years, a death toll of nearly 70,000 across Africa. About 30,000 elephants are killed each year for their ivory. In response, the world's governments, nonprofits, have mounted an array of efforts to stop the tide of killings that could eventually drive these magnificent animals to extinction. The WWF, with over 1 million members in the United States and nearly 5 million worldwide, is one of the most impactful charitable organizations in history. The WWF gives hope to the future of environment and fixes the problems that previous generations have caused. Because of this organization, the Earth's environment status has drastically improved. They are bringing back the serene environment and shielding the forlorn animals that inhabit it. The World Wildlife Foundation is a very powerful charitable organization that aids in restoring the planet's environment and saves lives of animals that are in need. Their international organization works on issues regarding conservation research and restoration of the environment. But how can we, as people, help WWF? We can achieve victory for wildlife and nature with WWF's Panda Nation. Whether you participate in one of their featured events, or a marathon, or triathlon, or bike ride of your own, by fundraising through Panda Nation, you're helping tackle the biggest and toughest challenges facing our planet. Plus, when you participate in one of WWF's featured events, you'll receive complimentary race registration, Panda Nation race gear, and one-on-ones to support your help and surpass your fundraising goal. You can also support WWF by helping sending letters to our Congress, signing petitions to save the wildlife, and of course, donating to the World Wildlife Fund. Donating to WWF is as easy as going to the website and clicking donate. Together, we can protect land, restore species and their habitats, strengthen local communities' ability to conserve the natural resources they depend upon. We can transfer markets and policies to reduce the impact of production and consumption and ensure the value of nature is reflected in decisions made by individuals, communities, governments, and businesses. And we can mobilize hundreds of millions of people to support conservation. Marco Lambertini, Director General, says, "Conservation endures as a living discipline because it is inhabited by a magnificent collection of people. Only by working together can we create solutions for the most vexing problems we face. Because together, anything is possible." On your way out, there will be papers by the door that has information about where you can donate and how.